Good morning, campers. And this is Cartaya. I just got up, so I'm a little right now. But you know, it just had such an exciting mod today. It's just such an exciting mod. I got up, and I'm like, dude, wait a minute. What size springs are in these triads? What are they? So I decided I was going to open it up and see. And I was like, you know, that little spring is about the size of that little spring. Why is this little spring so special? Because it's a 6 kilogram orange Mod Works Vulcan spring. And if you throw it in a triad, it does something like this. That's right. It doesn't have the mad kind of speed that maybe a Fire Strike has. It's still 100 arch, 60 flat, 60 PTG, totally. That's awesome. So if you have like 2 of these, you have 2 freaking Nerf Derringers, and you can just go to war like that. That's awesome. So we're going to show you how easy this mod is. It is extremely easy mod. For 1, that's why it's so exciting. For 2, these are on sale, 20% off at Toys R Us right now. You get them pretty much, I think it's out the door like $6.86 or something for a freaking 3 blaster. It's freaking cool. And 3rd, I believe it has modding potential to do a Trinity, although I think it would need an 8K to do that properly and within a reasonable range, so that you would have somewhat of a shotgun design where all 3 go flying out. That'd be cool. But for right now, I'm excited with just 2 of these. So here is the gun right here. I have the back taken apart for time reasons, okay? So you pull it out, you unscrew this, okay? These right here, and you do it diagonally, like you were like a cylinder blockhead, and you pull it out, you yank it. Now put in mind, when you take this off, you can make this handle go that way, you know, this way if you wanted to, but I decided, nah, I'm not going to do that. So here it is, right here, okay? There's your piston head, and it's got a screw on it. Now somebody said, well, it's the same plastic, the trigger's the same plastic as this. This is ABS, and this is another kind of plastic. I believe it is either glass-filled nylon or nylon, I'm not sure. It is a very tough plastic. The trigger shoe is also very thick right here, and it's very simple. It's also rounded. It's a rounded trigger catch, which means that it's not going to come loose very easy. And on this back part, it's flat, and this is like perfect flat. And this is definitely a tough plastic. This is your tougher plastic we've seen on a lot of elite guns as of late. Here's what you do: you take this off, right? Boom. It is a lot easier to make than a modded Fire Strike with you know, your 6K orange Mod Works springs, but you do pay for it. The performance isn't great, but you get more capacity. To be honest with you, boom, there it is. There's the old spring. It looks like it's like a 2.5K kind of spring, and here's the new one. Actually, I think this is a 4K. You want to know the truth? I think that's a 4K. We're gonna throw that on my Scout later on, a Scout that I want to mod, and here's the new one. Here it is. All you do now. Now, okay, let me show you this mod. Maybe you don't want it like that. Maybe you want it like that. At this process, just switch it around if you want it like that. Personally, I want to keep it the way it was, because I'm doing a lot of quick draw, double, you know. I'm going to make a holster for this too. Slide that on there. Now put in mind, it is a little longer, so what you're going to have to do, okay, remember that this flat was forward and backwards. This right here, if you can see that, on the piston head. Okay, so now press that in and line it up. There's little grooves inside of here, if you can see that, and line it up to your plunger. Okay, push it all the way in. All the way in. Hold this together. Okay, you're going to have to do it without the hole. So you're going to probably do it by the trigger catches. You don't want to wreck your O-ring. Go like this. Take a Phillips screwdriver and gently screw it. Remember, if you strip this screw, you're effed. Okay? You're effed. At least on like the Fire Strike, the part you're epoxying is an interlocking part. Very gently hand tighten. Okay? Maybe 15 foot-pounds at most of force. But of course, we don't have torque screwdrivers. But I pretty much know what 15, 20, 25 works on, you know, working in the real world. I know what that is. Okay, now take this. If you want to lube it with some silicone grease, lube around here, the lube around here, but it's pretty lubricated actually. Okay, try to do this without darts, because what happens is if you do it with darts, it pops out. It's okay, it's not a big deal, but it does cause a problem. That's as far as it goes. From here, you need to push it down. You need to hold it down while you affix 2 screws. This is not easy since the spring is heavier. Could you use a 5K Vulcan? Yeah, you could. Personally, I just think that would only give it a little more power. I don't think that would give you much of a gain. And again, hand tighten, okay? That one only partially, do your final tightening, and again, do this diagonally. It's like you're working on a cylinder head on a car. Always want to crisscross, okay? Like that, okay? With a nice Phillips head screwdriver, one that doesn't have a stripped head or anything. We don't want to fuck our guns, okay? With stripped heads. And if you see any plastic on these screws, wipe them off, because that will cause stripping, okay? And this is an operation that you do not want stripping. It's a 6K spring, but it's also longer, so I suspect the power is much more and your piston action is much greater. Do I see room for potential for modding this gun further? Yes. For one, I believe that if it had some sort of airport, it might go faster. Okay, now you can take it off. I've got 3 springs in here. 3 screws, sorry. Now, again, let me inspect this. Screw. Okay, no plastic, good. Okay, that's for one. Number 2, I think it's possible to do an all-out. Number 3, I've seen a few mods where they actually took the barrel and they put some exact size, I believe it's 42nd 64th tubing, actually cut this off, okay, and they put tubes on here. Me personally, I like it where it is, and since I got more powerful guns, and I really just want to keep this as just stock as can be. Now go and tighten very slowly, easily. Remember, if you cause whoo and it slips on you inside the thread, you've gone too far and you've stripped it. Remember, this is only ABS plastic. This isn't like titanium. It isn't epoxy fiberglass. It's not, definitely not phenolic resin of any kind. Okay, so now, make sure your trigger moves, right? Load them up. The surprising part is when I put a bigger spring in there, that the indexing wasn't messed up. Okay, that's the cool part. So, give it a fire. The other 2 stay there. They actually stay in better than with the stock spring. I think because putting more back pressure on the mechanism that causes the indexing. Could this be true for the rough cut? I wonder. I really wonder. Could it be? So now when you got 2 of these, you got 2 shooters, 60 flat in battle, you're unstoppable. You're just like, you know, go around corners, you know, just like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These are awesome. Even out of the box, these are cool. I went to see The Hobbit last night, and of course I had 2 of these in my pocket, and of course I took a shot at somebody. Problem is that I was across the theater, and I was shooting at this old guy, and I missed him. It wasn't enough significant range. I had to really arch it, okay? It was a theater that had a mezzanine, and the projectors on the mezzanine. This meant that nobody from up there would see what's going on down there, which is cool. And then the cameras that were in there were cameras, but they were out of view from under the mezzanine. So I was cool, right? I was just playing around, you know, but again, didn't hit him. You know, there were 2 darts laying on the ground, but nobody ever knew. And so I was like, this thing needs more oomph. It doesn't have the Glock option kind of oomph. This is about as good or better than my Glock option, except the fact that it has 3. The other nice thing about these guns is if you look on them, again, dude, they put functional sights on it. Functional sights. If I ever get in an elevator with the with the CEO of Hasbro, I'm gonna say, why don't you offer a sight rig for the Retaliator? Why? Every other new gun. I mean, obviously Hasbro gets it. These guns are fast enough. They should have sights on them. But their bread and butter hot toy does not have sights. It has a little front pull on it. It doesn't have the rear. nuts. Okay, the other thing that drives me nuts is there's a new gun coming out, but it should have been out a while ago, not now. It's called the Snapfire 8. It is a gun that has a rotating barrel, and when you fire it, it rotates the barrel, pulls back the plunger, and fires it in one action. It's got a much longer action than one of these. This maybe has maybe a quarter inch of action, but I'm talking you got to pull it back like an inch or so, and it has an adjustment for speed, for lighter action, and power for heavier action. So big guys like me, you just go bum bum bum. Now, it's only doing maybe 40 feet, 45 feet most, but that's impressive. A gun that at close range you can just pull out, double action, boom, 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 boom. You know, that's impressive. That's an impressive piece. Even if it doesn't have the range, it's still probably one of the best humans versus zombies backup guns I've ever seen, next to having a pair of socks. And I really want to see those in. Another thing, what would if you don't want to see more modding, just hang. But I'm talking, just shooting the breeze, So another thing I noticed was had to be a good year for Toys R Us, Hasbro, and all that. Well, okay, maybe not Toys R Us, but Hasbro, Walmart, Target. Every Walmart I went to, maybe this is true in poor areas, but definitely richer, the Nerf section was cleaned out. Cleaned out. Target, cleaned out. Walmart, cleaned out. The one on Stevenson's Ranch, off the old road, was cleaned out. The Target off of Magic Mountain Parkway, cleaned out. It was cleaned, just completely cleaned. God, I look like a mess, don't I? I look like Nick Nolte when he got busted in Malibu. But I'm not. So, anywho, this is Chris Cartaya at blogspot.com. Don't you go changing oil shit business into me. Take care. Uh-oh. What did I just do? Oh, okay, here we are.